Welcome back to the Splash Live. Dave Scott, Civic Center TV with Gerry McCallum from the city of Orchard Lake Village. Gerry, how are you?
I'm good, David. Thank you.
So, big exciting news today. Tell us about this amazing construction project.
So as you know, we've been working on this project for well over a year. We are in the final stages of completing it. As you can see, a little bit of work still going on here, final touch-ups and stuff like that. But the main focus on this was the police department relative to expanded office space, along with some holding cells and then a sally port, which is critical for officer safety when they're bringing a detainee in, and then the garage. So we'll go through the police department and then we'll go to the Department of Public Works. Come on in.
All right, very good. Thank you for taking all of us on this tour. So what do we have here, Gerry?
So with this is the vestibule of the police department. There's Officer Frost. Officer Frost is our clerk that handles all the day-to-day operations and deals with the public. So say hi, Officer Frost.
Hello.
So this is just a common area here for the police department staffing, some storage there. We'll walk down this hallway and then we'll see the main focus of the office space. We have, excuse me, offices here for the chief and lieutenant, conference room, sergeant's office, new break room for the police department. You got a break room for them. So really what happens is the police department will not be associated with the city hall relative to us sharing the same entrance. It's more of a secured area for them and for detainees that they bring in. So just a common hallway here. We got women's restrooms because we do have 2 female police officers. We have the male officers' restrooms, including locker facilities, workout facility for them. Obviously, we're still finishing touches, so we don't have any equipment installed there yet. Okay. We'll go on through here, David, and this is actually the evidence processing room. So we have a security area here where they can have a detainee out there, process their paperwork, their belongings, excuse me, and then we have a secured lockup as well, that area.
So right here, behind this door here, Gerry, that would be a secure lockup right there.
It is, yes, for evidence, so nobody can tamper with it or do anything with it.
Okay.
Makes it very, very tight from that standpoint. This is, the main focus was again, the sally port, which I'll show you in a minute. This is actually the holding cells where they bring a detainee in, hold them, processing area of that individual, mug shots, fingerprinting, then you have your 2 holding cells in the back there.
And I imagine this is a little bit more expansive than what you had in the past.
It is. Actually, it's a lot more space for the police officers. We've expanded our police department. More importantly, I think the biggest focus is on the safety of the officers and the staff. Previously, we were in such a small combined area, they'd bring a detainee in or a criminal and process them right there in front of the clerical. Not a very safe situation. So much more secure. And again, the holding cells in the back there where they would actually hold the individuals.
So you've got room, you've got a couple of cells here.
There's a male and a female in case you have 2, or so you could separate the 2 detainees if you happen to get 2 people in trouble. So come on this way and I'll take you to the police department garage.
Gerry, talk about how long this construction has been going on.
So Dave, this actually has been a year to the date, actually. We started breaking ground in July of last year. Here we are coming up on July, and we're just, again, putting the finishing touches on it. So I think the general contractor's done an absolute awesome job in working with the city and getting this project done in such a timely manner and on budget.
So in this garage, you're going to be able to keep your cars and all your vehicles inside in a weather-controlled environment.
Right. So the main focus was, again, the sally port that's behind you. This is a security area. Again, we're still putting finishing touches on it. We don't have the door there. The idea was is an officer brings a detainee in, they come in, they can come into this caged area here, there'll be a door right there, shut that door and have an area where they can actually bring them out in a very secured manner. The rest of the garage is for the parking of the police department vehicles. For many years, David, these vehicles would sit outside, and it's not good for that equipment to be sitting out in the wintertime, baking in the summertime. So hopefully we're going to add some longevity to our equipment as well by having a nice garage area like this. Excuse me. So.
Excellent. Well, this is, and you've got a lot of space in here now. This has got to be very exciting for the officers.
They are very excited. The fact that it's a brand new facility for them. The morale is really up. They're really excited to get in here 100%. We're not in here 100% yet, again, because I indicated we're doing final touches. So,
Okay, very good.
with that said, I'd like to take you to the Department of Public Works building if you like.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. So, I don't know if you recall, David, but for many years, the Department of Public Works were located in the building over there, but has since been demolished. This is a brand new facility where the Department of Public Works can house all of their equipment in one building. You'll see when we go in there how much equipment we have. More importantly, they can maintain the equipment properly. We have a wash bay in there where we can wash the vehicles, wash the trucks after a snow event, and again, that adds longevity to our equipment as well. So, let's go on inside. So there's 3 individuals that work in the Department of Public Works. We have some office space, some mechanical rooms. Excuse me. The Department of Public Works also has a locker room back in here, along with a women and men's restroom. But something that didn't exist before in the old Department of Public Works building, so kind of nice for them as well. The big thing is the focus is the bay areas here now. This is quite a large area, but as you can see, all the equipment we have, we now keep all the equipment housed in one area. None of it has to sit outside. We have the red curtain over there is our wash bay area where we can maintain and wash our equipment. Keep in mind, again, we're still in the infinite stages of moving in here. There's a lot of the stuff that we took out of that old building that we're still trying to organize and stuff as well, but fabulous facility here. And the DPW guys are ecstatic about it. They're very excited to be in a brand new facility like this.
And your crew, probably our viewers won't be surprised. Your guys, they want to be able to maintain these vehicles as well, and having an environment for all their tools, as we can see, and a lot of things that are needed to maintain these vehicles inside. Almost impossible to do it in a cramped quarter.
Oh, absolutely. And again, I apologize that it's still messy because, again, we exited the old building very quickly to get it demolished and stuff. But let me give you an example. That plow truck there is a $200,000 plow truck. Previously, we couldn't wash it after a snow event, and if it was freezing cold out, we couldn't take it to quarter car wash. So now we have the ability to wash that piece of equipment, again, which is a very, very expensive piece of equipment, and maintain it properly.
Well, and then, people don't realize how much equipment, even a small community such as Orchard Lake, there's a lot of gear. You got a lot of hardware, a lot of vehicles to maintain.
There is. Well, the DPW does multifunctional stuff. I mean, obviously we maintain our roads. Wintertime, we do ditching. We maintain the nature sanctuary, which is a 50-acre parcel out there. So every piece of this equipment does something for the city. And we're very, very fortunate that our city council, our citizens recognize that we need this equipment to do the job properly and do it in an expedient way.
And with all of this big equipment comes a facility that is a very tall ceiling in here.
Yes.
And then obviously the huge doors to be able to accommodate all of your vehicles and things that you may not have thought of.
So you can see up there also, David, we have a mezzanine area now, which we never had previously for storage of material and supplies and stuff. So that's a huge benefit as well. Again, still being organized because we just moved in about 2 weeks ago. Previously we were so cramped in the other building, we were storing material outside, we were storing stuff outside, and now we can keep it all housed in one unit.
So talk about the employees here. Every community's in competition for workers and employees, and it's difficult to fill positions now. This has to help with morale.
Oh, tremendously. Not, I mentioned in the PD side about the morale being already up, and Department of Public Works guys, they were so excited to get into this building, and the fact that, again, you can put all of our equipment in here. We have everything in one site. And, again, more importantly, be able to maintain it properly, because these guys are pretty tight on maintenance on the vehicles, making sure things are clean. I mean, our dump truck's dirty, because we just used this weekend, but you can see how clean this truck is, and this is 2-3 years old. So proper maintenance is big, and it shows our residents that we care about what we use their tax dollars for. We purchase equipment that's nice, we maintain it properly, and, again, we did go out for a bond for this project, David, including the police department and the DPW, but we did not, raise the millage rate to accomplish this. We accomplished this all under our current millage rate, which I think was very important to our city council and very important to our citizens.
And Gerry, when you're building a municipal building, it's important that you do it right. and that the building is around for a long, long time. This is not, you know, like some commercial properties, they might build them with a 10 or 20-year lifespan. That can't be the case here.
No, that's exactly right, David. That was the mindset on the city council and the construction management committee that did the day-to-day operations on this construction. But yeah, we want this to last 30, 40 years. Hence why the police department was probably a little bit larger than what was initially anticipated. But as you can see, we've got room in here if we buy additional equipment and stuff like that, to where we don't have to do an addition onto this. This facility will incorporate everything in here, along with the police department as well.
And just to summarize the construction project, did it go the way you expected, relatively on schedule? I mean, anyone who's done a home improvement project at their house knows nothing ever goes as planned.
Sure, sure. And it didn't with this project either, David. So when we first started putting footings in the ground, we ran in a lot of terrible ground conditions. Although we did do soil borings, obviously soil borings are only certain areas, so when they started digging footings, we found out, excuse me, some areas that were bad. For example, that wall, that footing, that wall is on about 12, 13 feet down. But that's just stuff that we have to get through. And it delayed us a week, but I'll be honest with you, Tower Construction, our general contractor and construction manager on this project, did a heck of a job too. We worked very closely with them, and hence why the project could be done in 1 year. So what we are here now is we're outside the Department of Public Works building next to our new salt facility also. So the property in the back was really never utilized very much. It had our old salt barn out there and stuff like that, but as you can see from the expanded use, it really opened things up dramatically, especially when the old Department of Public Works building was torn down. We now have a focal point at our front entrance to our City Hall, which we really didn't have before. And when you go out in the parking lot, David, you can see that, how that tower kind of emphasizes the entrance to City Hall. We are in the process of getting a nice sign made for that, saying City of Orchard Lake Village. But yeah, it really opened up our space and really made it much more easy to use, much more friendlier, and it just beautified the whole site. The big focal point, as I mentioned earlier, was the new entrance to City Hall. As you can see, the tower there. We will have a signage up there that says City of Orchard Lake Village on it, and having our nice entrance to our vestibule, which we were in earlier. So, but again, the project for a year construction, we did very well. I compliment Tower Construction. I compliment the City Council, our construction management committee, because they really did hands-on work on this to get this project done in such a timely manner. So I thank you for your time, David. If you have any other questions, by all means, you can reach out to me.